So hello, good evening. I see already 2 people joining here, and we will still wait a bit for the other ones who are joining. I see more and more people joining, so hi everyone. Nice that you're here. I hope you all hear me. If you can hear me, maybe somebody can click on a comment somewhere, a smiley or so, that I can see that you can all hear me. So we will wait still maybe 1 or 2 minutes, but for the ones who like, what you can do is already lay down on your mat, on your back. I see Sasha is writing hi, hi back. So I guess you can hear me, also the heart. In case there's any trouble, just write a comment below so that I can take care of it. So as mentioned before, you can just lay on the mat, make it comfortable for yourself, as we will start in a laying meditation. So if you're on the mat, just lay on the back, adjust your body as long as you like. As you're laying on the back, I will be staying here seated, but you can make it comfortable for yourself on the floor, on your back, if you like any props. So for the ones who have any back pain, what can be really nice as you're laying on the back is putting something under your knees, like a pillow or a bolster. If you like to open your chest, it can be also very nice to put a bolster behind your spine and to lay on your spine to open the chest. Might be also nice to put the head a bit higher with a pillow under. Take your time as you're laying on your back to just look around the room. Just notice what's around you. With this calming the mind down. You're just noticing what's really there, what's really here. And then slowly also take your time as you're laying on your back to close your eyes. Bringing your awareness from the outside to the inside. So you're laying on the mats with closed eyes. So if you just joined right now, then lay flat on the back, on the floor, closing your eyes. And with closed eyes, everything is a bit different. You can notice sensations in the body. You can notice your breath. So just following your breath with your awareness. Whenever there's a thought arising, then just gently bring yourself back to your breath. again another thought arising, then again just very gently, very lovingly bring yourself back with your awareness to your breath. So that's a very simple exercise to bring yourself into the present moment. Just bring your awareness to your breath, following the inhalation, maybe a pause, and then the exhalation. And again the next inhalation. And can you also notice where in your body you notice your breath most? Is it more the area where it goes into? The nose, maybe the throat, maybe the breast area, perhaps the belly, perhaps even the lower belly, the area of your kidneys even. And as you're laying on the floor on your back, slowly from here reaching the arms overhead. Reaching the arms over your head and making yourself really, really long, really stretching out. And with your inhalation also making fists with your hands, pointing the toes. And exhale, spreading the fingers widely, the toes, and breathing out through the mouth, bring the tongue out. Looks really funny, but it's very effective. Also inhaling again. Making yourself really, really long, making fists, pointing the toes, and exhale, spreading the toes and hands. One more time, inhale and exhale. And then just relaxing on the back in any way that's comfortable. Just again noticing your body. And slowly from here, bring the knees towards the chest as you're laying and start rolling from side to side on the floor. So giving your body here, your back, a massage. The more you bring your knees towards the chest, the more you're massaging your middle back. The further away you bring them, the more you're massaging your lower back. And from here, come and cuddle onto your favorite side on the floor, just taking a moment here. And slowly pressing yourself up here to a seated pose. So if you like here a cross-leg pose, just making sure that the knees are always hip level or lower. So here you see my hips are lower than the hips, so I'm going to sit on something. So you can take a bolster, a pillow, anything to elevate you so that the knees are sinking onto hip level or maybe even lower. Finding a comfortable seat. Let's see. Good. So you can shift a bit your hips from side to side until you found a comfortable seat here, pressing the sitting bones down into the floor. And if you like, you just for several times rolling the shoulders up and back. And then relaxing them here on your upper back, relaxing them down, hands onto your legs, elbows sinking down, the back is long, as if there's a rope pulling you up from the crown of the head. And then from here again, closing or half closing your eyes. And see whether you can hear as you again bring your awareness to your breath. Without any force or pressure, letting your breath sink down to the lower belly. So as you're inhaling, filling your lower belly with air. And as you're exhaling, really exhaling until the armpits, so that all the air is going out. So inhaling deeply down, even into the kidney area if you can, and exhaling towards the armpits so that all the air is going out. Just continue breathing in this way. Breathing through the nose. If you like to add ujjayi breath, which is contracting the beginning of the throat, to create this ocean sound breath, then go ahead. But especially if you do yoga for the first times, then just, if you like, sticking to breathing through the nose. And probably the mind is wandering a bit off. That's happening. That's what the mind is doing. Always coming up with stories, analyzing, interpreting. See whether you can bring yourself always back again to your breath, to the center of your body. Under your belly button, about 2 fingers under your belly button. So nothing complicated to do, just breathing. And slowly from here, reaching your arms up on your next inhalation. Bring the hand palms together and exhale the hands in front of your heart, connecting to your heart area, noticing whether there's any intention which you like to set today for the practice. What is it that you came for today to experience? Whenever you set your intention, you can slowly bring the hands down again to your legs and taking your time to blink your eyes again open. And then from here we're going to roll above your knees to a hands and knees pose. So bring any props to the sides. Coming here to hands and knees into a cat-cow. Important here before we're going to move, bring the wrist under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. With your inhalation we're going to arch the back, look up. Exhale from the tailbone, we're going to roll up the back, looking towards the back here, chin to the chest. Inhale again, arching, and exhale, rounding. So continue in your own breathing rhythm here. On the inhalation, opening, on the exhalation, rounding. And if there's any natural movement, which is just occurring here from the movement you're doing, perhaps you feel like moving to the sides or so, then just go ahead and follow your body. Most important, just to stay connected here to your breath. And probably the breath rhythm is slower than the rhythm of the mind. So as you listen to your breath, you will probably slow down the movements of your body. Take your time to come back to a neutral pose. Tucking then the toes under. Come down sitting onto the heels. If it's not comfortable, you can always bring your toes again towards the back. With your inhalation, bring the shoulders towards the ear, and we're going to breathe out through the mouth and let the shoulders just sink down. Inhaling again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. From there, on your inhalation, bring the hands again to the front. Bring the toes again to the back. Come down sitting with the hips onto your feet, hands to your laps, and closing or half closing the eyes again to notice yourself right now. Perhaps you notice already a difference in some places in your body. Taking your time again to blinking the eyes you open. With your inhalation, coming back here to hands and knees. So again, wrist under the shoulders, knees under the hips. With your inhalation, we're going to bring the hips towards the front. Then bring the hips down, the belly down, the chest down, and then the hands. Hands under the shoulders, coming to cobra. Inhale, exhale back. Hands and knees into a parallel leg child's pose. Slowly rolling the back up on the inhalation, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands again to the front, hands and knees. Inhale, press the earth away, and exhale again, bring hips down, belly down, chest down. Exhale. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back, child's pose. And slowly rolling up. So just continuing this movement in your own rhythm. Don't worry about that you forget anything or so. Totally fine. You can always adjust the movements. So let's do it one more time. And the next time you're on the floor, staying here on the floor. And what we will do here, I will just turn around for you, is we're going to swim. You cannot go swimming right now, so we're going to swim here in the house. So let's come up with the chest, reach the arms to the front and just swim. Make yourself really, really wide with the arms. You probably feel already your back, don't you? And again, listening to the movement, listening to the sound of your breath and adjusting the movement to it. And as you're doing this, you will also notice you're creating space for yourself. This is your space, and you might also notice your body much more. You might notice also much more freedom here, openness. Either continuing maybe for 2 more times, or just lay down on the floor, make yourself a cushion with your hands, either on the cheek, or place the head on the hands. Just relaxing here on the floor. So as you're laying on the floor, also noticing again your breath. So you're laying flat on the belly, you will notice much more also the breath in your lower back. So the back moving up and down with each in and each exhalation. Taking one more breath. And then with your following inhalation, coming again into a cobra. Notice again the back muscles. Exhale, press back, and this time into a child's pose. Maybe the knees a bit wider, big toes touching. Walk with your hands as much as you can to the front. As you feel really stretched out, laying your forehead on the floor. And breathing into your child's pose. By breathing into your lower back if you can. So if you like, you can also place one hand on your lower back. And notice how your lower back is moving up and down as you're breathing in and out. With the following inhalation, walking back up into hands and knees, tucking the toes under and coming to your first downward facing dog. If you like to measure the length of your downward facing dog, you can always first come to a plank. Make sure you really plank, you're not letting the hips sink down or bring them too much up. So usually the plank is with the hips a bit lower than shoulder level, pressing the floor away. So here, if you are a straight line now, then you can press just the hands into the floor, the hips will go automatically up and back. You can always bend the knees as much as you like, especially if you go running, have tight hamstrings. Perhaps you like to walk into your dog foot by foot, stretching out the back side of your legs. And slowly from here start also walking towards the hands. You can also here just bend the knees as much as you like. Take your elbows and go from side to side. Making sure your head is sinking really down as you're doing this. So I will come a bit closer. So often what we're doing is doing a bit like this here. The head is still looking a bit up, but really making sure everything is just hanging down. Really feeling into your neck, into your back. You can also ask yourself the question, how do I notice I have a neck? So you really need to deeply go into the sensations of the neck. How do I notice I have got a back? You will notice whether your back is relaxed or whether there's any tension. If there is, then just bending the knees a bit more. And slowly from the forward fold, starting to soften into the knees to roll vertebra by vertebra up. The last part is again your neck, then your head. Here we go. Yes. So from there we're going to bring the feet a bit wider apart, about shoulder distance, the toes a bit looking to the side if you like, bending the knees. So check whether it's comfortable. You can also adjust your feet parallel again. I will come a bit closer to you. So from here, sinking a bit down, making sure the belly is not arched to the back, but that it's, the bum is not arched to the back here. So it's really sinking down towards the floor, long lower back. And with this also letting the breath again sink down. So we really want to breathe here into the lower belly again. So see how deep your breath is going without any force again. Just naturally noticing how deep is my inhalation going. Is it perhaps going until the diaphragm, maybe towards the navel, maybe even deeper than the navel. You can also place your hands anywhere to feel it. You might also at the same time notice now the warmth that's building up in your upper legs. So from here, with the awareness on your belly again, starting to move from side to side with your arms. And the hands are really tapping here on your back. So you're giving yourself again a massage here. And if you like, also at once starting to lift one heel up as you're moving and then the other. Making sure though that the standing leg is not, the knees not twisted. So just as long as the knees are still on the standing leg above the toes. And you can also imagine that you're here shaking anything off that's not serving you right now. Making the movements then smaller and smaller. From here coming back to a standing position. So here, either bring the big toes touching the heels a bit apart, or if you prefer here, hip distance, what I usually prefer, just staying hip distance and pressing the feet here into the floor. Bring the upper leg muscles up and back here. The navel a bit in, so that you are connecting to your core muscles. Chest is open, so if you like to roll the shoulders again up and back, go ahead. Hand palms facing the front, chin a bit tucked in and still connected here to the sky with the crown of the head. With your inhalation, pressing the floor away with your feet, reaching the arms up, making yourself really long. And exhale, perhaps bending the knees a little bit to then fold down. Uttanasana, forward folds. Inhale, coming halfway up. Important here, often we're doing this here or so, so back is round. If this is happening, just bring the hands here onto your leg and open again the chest, shoulders away from the ears. You can bend the knees again as much as you like. Just make sure the back is long. We want to stretch the back out towards the front. On your next exhalation, just folding down again. Let's do it one more time. So inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, folding, stepping back with your right leg. Back knee here down onto the floor. If you like a blanket under, if you're sensitive to knees, go ahead. Make sure the front knee is 90 degrees here above the ankle. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Back knee up, come into a plank. Inhale. Exhale, releasing down either to a cobra or into an up dog. This time then the hips are staying up. Maybe rolling the shoulders into the back, looking to the front, or maybe even up. And exhale, pressing the floor away with your hands and feet, coming back into a down dog. Inhale, reaching the right leg up. And exhale, step in between the hands softly towards the front. Back knee again onto the floor. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, hands down, stepping to the front, back knee up. Folding fully down, then rolling slowly up, up, up. Again, Suvatadasana. Shoulders again up and back if you like. Inhale, reaching the arms again up, press the floor away. And exhale, folding down. Inhale, halfway, long back. Exhale, full step with the left leg to the back. Now, back knee down, perhaps a blanket again under, adjusting your front leg. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, hands down, directly into a plank. Inhale. Exhale, release down to your cobra or up dog. Inhaling and exhaling back to a down dog. Inhale, reaching the left leg up, and exhale, step softly again in between the hands to the front, back knee down. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands down, stepping to the front again. Staying here for a moment, taking your elbows and going from side to side. So taking your time again to really release the neck here. Especially if you're working on a computer, it can be very nice to release the neck as much as possible, the shoulders. And let's slowly then from there come back to the middle. Bend the knees, roll back up. Rolling the shoulders again, up and back. Noticing again the floor under your feet here. Going maybe a bit from side to side. Notice how you're shifting weights on your feet. And the next time you're on your left foot, staying there. You probably see me on the other side. So on the left foot, bring the hands to the hips. Then bringing the other leg here up. The knee bends on hip level if you can. So you can stop at any step here. So maybe that's the step you like to stay at today. Perhaps into the second step is taking the foot here, placing it to the inside of the leg. And if you can, the upper leg, lower leg, or the foot even, just not the knee, because the knee is a bit wobbly. So finding a spot here for the leg and the foot. And pressing the foot into the standing leg. Really pressing the foot into it. Also giving yourself a smile here as you are finding your balance. And then from here, maybe finding a pose for your hands, perhaps in front of the heart, or really like a tree, the arms up, maybe even to the sides. Finding also your balance here. And noticing then where's your awareness, where's most of your awareness right now. Is it more the upper part, chest, belly, or the feet? And like a tree, you can imagine if there's a storm going, if we have to focus here on the upper part, it's very wobbly. The leaves are moving from side to side, so you can see me also. So what can we do here is bring the awareness down to the center, to the trunk of the tree. Which is again the area under your navel. See how that is changing the experience for you right now. Slowly then taking your time to release the hands, your hips again, turning the leg and placing it down, maybe moving a bit, both legs and feet. And again, I'm coming back to a standing pose, finding the balance again. Again, very, very simply. Nothing difficult. We do already so many difficult things during the day, don't we? So what about keeping it very simple? Shifting then the weight to your right leg. Bring the hands to your hips. Bring the other leg here up, bend on hip. Hide the knee if you can. You're just staying here, or if you found your balance, like to go further, then taking the foot again, placing it to the inside of the leg, pressing the foot into the leg. If you found balance here, then finding a pose for your hands. Now the heart maybe, or really like the tree again. And again, where's your awareness here? Can you bring it down to the center, the trunk of the tree? The trunk that's stable in storms. It's holding you. What about also a smile here to yourself? And even imagine a smile here in your belly, in your lower belly, and you might notice you will soften from the inside. The organ soft. Slowly from here, releasing the hands again to the hips. Again, turning the leg and exhale, releasing down. So from there, releasing also the arms down, the feet a bit wider apart. And here we're going to go to one of the funniest parts, which we often do, is shaking it off. So really just shake it off, make funny movements. Ooh. You can also make funny sounds. Ooh, ooh, ooh. So really shake it off into all the sides here. The funnier you look, the more it will work. And then making the movement smaller and smaller. Finding again your Tadasana. Resting the hands to the side, closing or half closing your eyes again. Noticing the prana, or the chi, or life energy, the vital energy running through the body, maybe much more compared to before. Even through the hands, it's electricity. Taking then your time to again blink your eyes here open for the last time. You're going to reach the arms up with your inhalation, perhaps looking up this time, looking to the moon if you can see the moon, thanking the moon. Exhale, falling down, releasing again, bending maybe the knees even more. Inhale, coming halfway up. And this time, as we're breathing out and folding, we're going to breathe out through the mouth. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, sliding out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Just noticing again your body here. And slowly releasing the hands again down and walking to a down dog. Starting to walk again, noticing, is there any difference compared to the beginning? How relatively open or closed do I feel and where? How relatively more tense or relaxed do I feel compared to the beginning? What about the mind? Does it feel relatively agitated or calm? And then from here, different choices. Either with your next inhalation, just walking with your feet through the hands and come sitting down. Or if you like a little challenge, and if you are practicing for a long time this already, then perhaps jumping here. So on the inhalation, bending the knees, exhale, jumping highly up, crossing the legs, bring them through, and come down, sitting. So from here, as you're sitting, bring the knees a bit up. So with your inhalation, rolling to the back, and exhale, straightening the back again. So inhale again, rolling. Exhale, lengthening. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Okay, so we're having here straight back, right? If you like a blanket under, if you get any pain here under the sitting bones or so, just go ahead. We're gonna go a bit to the back now with the straight back so that the feet are coming up. That's it. And perhaps you can bring the legs, or sorry, the feet here on the same level as the knees. And see whether you are rounding the back here. That's often happening, so you can help yourself by again bring the shoulders away from the ears. What's also helping is really taking here your hands towards the back side of the upper legs and pulling. So pulling towards the upper legs is also helping. If you can and you have the length and also the strength, bring the arms onto lower leg level. Taking 1 to 2 breaths here. See whether you can also smile again to relax from the inside. So there's strength here, but also relaxation again. It's the yin and the yang. Noticing when your next exhalation is, and with this exhalation slowly releasing onto the floor, very slowly, using the core muscles here. And whenever you're laying there, just taking some breath here. Either staying a bit longer, or if you like to move a bit and bring the knees to the chest and roll a bit from side to side. And then at once also let's all roll towards the favorite side again on the floor. And from here, bringing yourself up again to a seated pose. What we will do here is, we will bring the foot soles together. The knees here are up, and you can see again, my hips are very stiff. So what I'm going to do is take again a bolster. I'm going to sit on the bolster, and the knees are again sinking a bit deeper down. So you can do the same, just take any prop here. Some people prefer the feet very close to the hips, others prefer them a bit further towards the front. So choose for yourself. And then from here, we're gonna roll, oh sorry, not roll, we're gonna fold towards the front here, from the hips. So we're not gonna do this here, we're gonna really go from the hips towards the front, so that the back is staying as long as possible. And once it will round, totally fine, and just releasing it down. Whenever you release it down, just not giving any more pressure, just keeping the softness, letting the gravity work itself. From here, noticing how your hands are on the floor. Maybe at once also turning the hand palms facing the sky. Noticing the subtle difference then in the pose, with the hand palms facing the sky. Much more like a surrendering pose. Surrendering to whatever is right now. Surrendering to the world, surrendering to ourselves also, to our body, and then slowly from here, walking again back up. Taking then the hands to the side of the legs here and bring the legs again towards the middle. Putting any prop to the side again. And then from here we're gonna again roll towards the back on your in and exhalation, rolling to the front again. Until you then find a long back. Maybe blanket again under if you like. From here it will be a bit different. So what we will do, I will come a bit closer again. Hi. We were gonna make specific things with our hands. So we're gonna make bring the index finger and middle finger together and the thumb to the side, and we're gonna place them in between. So the middle finger and index finger in between the big toe and the others, and the thumb around. That's it. Yeah. We're going to do it with both legs. If this is too much, again, you can always bring the hands under the upper legs again. And otherwise, from here, again, with a long back, if we're just relaxing, the back is going to be round. But if we're going to pull the hands into the feet or the hands into the legs, your back will be long. We're going to shift the weight a bit to the back here. And then from here, let's see how much you can bring the right leg up. Maybe a tiny bit, totally fine. Maybe a bit higher, maybe completely straight, and also choosing here the pose for your other leg. So again, it's not about wherever you are. Maybe where you are today is different when you are tomorrow. The age also makes a difference. Everybody is different, so just notice for yourself, where is my pose today? Because what we are practicing is, it's not that the miracle is walking on water, on fire. The miracle here is just walking on earth with a smile. So maybe one more breath here, wherever you are. And see from here whether you can slowly let go of your hands wherever you are. And again here, we're gonna slowly go onto the back again. Very slowly until you're on the floor. So taking again some breath here on the floor, just relaxing. And of course the quote which I just mentioned before is not from me. It's coming from the Buddhistic world. So again, what it says is the miracle is not walking on fire or water, so not any crazy things, any crazy poses. It's just walking on earth, just being here, really being here. Isn't that enough? Maybe even more than enough. Slowly from here, taking your time to bring the knees higher up and then rolling onto your left side on the floor. Bring the arms also onto each other, head down, and then just reaching your right arm up to the sky and then towards the right side. Perhaps also letting your head follow, so looking also to the right. And as you are in this twist, I will do it here in front of you and not on the floor, so that you see how it's looking like. Just releasing the shoulders to the floor, so letting gravity again work on you. Taking some breath in and out. Slowly from here, with your next inhalation, bring the knees up, going towards the other side. So now onto the right side, also the arms on the right side. Your next inhalation, reaching the left arm up and then towards the left side, perhaps letting your head again follow. Again, just gravity is doing its work here, letting the shoulders sink down deeper away from the ears. Feeling the stretch on the left side body. And then with your next inhalation again, reaching the knees here up. Bring the feet onto the floor. Walk with the feet hip distance apart, let the knees fall onto each other. And as you are laying here, noticing whether there's any last pose which you like to do, which your body feels like doing. Any last stretch, any last movement. And perhaps you just prefer laying on the floor. So we're preparing here our body for the last pose, which is Shavasana pose. So Shavasana pose is just laying on the floor, on your back, arms to the sides. If you can, not very close, but a bit further away from your body. Hand palms facing, if you like, the sky, for openness in the chest, Again, also this surrendering, subtle sensation in your body. The feet are long, a bit out to the side, letting the toes fall onto the side. So I will show it also for a moment here. Just laying on the floor. And noticing here whether there's any props which you like to use. So again, if you like to have some softness here under your back, perhaps you like to take a blanket, placing it under your head. Perhaps you like some softness in your lower back, and you like to place a bolster under your knees. Well, perhaps you like some openness here in the chest. I prefer then to place also a blanket on the bolster for some elevation in the head. It's also a bit more soft in the back here. Then just laying on the bolster with the head on the blanket. Taking your time to adjust here your body as long as you like before you closing your eyes. So you can stay here on the floor, just relaxing down. If your eyes are not closed yet, then slowly taking your time to close them gently. Noticing all the parts in your body that you feel already relaxed and soft. So that you relax even more. And as you also let go of your breath, you notice how more relaxed you even feel. Softly trusting the body breathing for you. You're not just breathing, the body doing lots and lots of things at the same time. And so many things that we just trust the body because we cannot grasp all these things with our mind. So why bothering? Just relaxing. So that the body is feeling relaxed. It feels lots of space to do whatever it needs to do to restore. starting to breathe again a bit deeper, still keeping the eyes closed. Awakening yourself through your breath again. And starting to then slowly move the hands, move the feet. Perhaps stretching yourself again out as you're laying there. Pointing maybe the toes. And maybe at once also bring the knees again towards the chest. And rolling again from side to side on the floor. Keeping the eyes closed here. If you prefer, you can also keep them half closed. And rolling onto your favorite side again on the floor, just noticing the whole body at the same time. And then also with closed or half closed eyes, bring yourself up then to a seated pose again. Maybe cross-legged, elevated, or maybe on your lower legs. Notice the sitting bones again under, pressing them down to elevate yourself, elongating your spine, connection with the sky to the crown of the head, shoulders maybe rolling up and back again and relaxing them down, hands on your legs. Just noticing again. Maybe again asking yourself the question, how do I know I even have a body? That is too much. Maybe just starting with your hands. How do I even know I have hands? That's not the picture, the image of the hands you have, but really feeling into your hands. Noticing what is happening in my hands. And how do I even know I have arms? Feeling into your arms. And if that is too much, then just again going back to your hands. Starting with your hands again. How do I even know I have hands? With this connection here to your body. Slowly then with your next inhalation, reaching the arms up, bring the hand palms together, exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart, bowing your head down. So sealing your practice. So perhaps you like to do that in your own way, bringing back your intention. Perhaps today by again bringing yourself back to what is really here. To really notice what is it meaning to yourself to not be doing crazy stuff like walking on fire, walking on water, to have really big ideas about the future, but to just bring ourselves back to what about just walking on the earth? Isn't that enough? Just being here with our loved ones. With whatever is around us right now. Perhaps we are alone. Isn't that enough then? And slowly with the next inhalation again, opening the eyes. Namaste. So I thank you again for joining. Very nice that you were here. If you like, you can still send something like smileys or hearts, so I know who is here. And I saw already some names, so very nice. Yay, I see Lisa here, very nice. And as you probably know, so this is a class I teach for Dansschool every week. So very nice to have you all here and to do it in this way. If you like anybody to donate anything because of this, oh, more smileys, yay! Thank you. So so if you like to donate anything, there's a donation button on the Facebook site. So it's meant to support the dance studio because it's a small dance studio, so that we hope that it can go on like we did. Yes, we hope so. All hope so. I see lots of smileys. So just if you like, donate anything, and if you don't, also fine. But we would very, of course, appreciate it and would love to continue again then in real life. And I wish you a very good night. It was really nice again to have you and to see your comments. Yes, that's also making me happy. Thank you. And of course, if you have any wishes or questions, just write it also on the feedback. Also for the next time, probably in 2 weeks again, we will do the class. So if you have any wishes, anything you like to practice, I would be happy to incorporate it. Thank you, and thank you for all the smileys. Bye bye.